While you're at it, Manchester United, why don't you just go and throw a bid in for Ivan Toney as well while you're buying all of the best young talent out there in the market? I know he's not young, but you know what? Well, we're actually making moves in the market, unlike other football clubs. Just ask Liverpool fans on that one. Why don't you go out and get Ivan Toney? I'm back. This is Forever United TV, back in the land of living, well, in an hotel room anyway, but back from here, there and everywhere, planes, trains and automobiles this morning. Appreciate all of you tuning into the videos that we've got up already today. We're now going over everything that's happening with Manchester United over the day. There's more developments. When I talk about Casemiro, Ugarte and Neves, all three linked together with the news today. An update on Ugarte because of Neves from the PSG side of things as well. An update on Scott McTominay, all of the outgoings for Manchester United, including a couple of the young academy players as well. And Lenny Yoro, almost done, almost there. I think it's work permits. We'll go into what's happening there and all the information on that side of things as well. How much Omar Berrada had to say in this and how much he made it his own personal job to kickstart his Manchester United career by getting Lenny Yoro over the line. This seems to have been one big team effort for Lenny Yoro, but yeah, we've got loads to get into. Of course, please give the video a like. Make sure you have hit that subscribe button as well to make sure you are up to date with all Manchester United news. Please give me another 700 likes on this video. That's all I'm asking, nothing else. Just get the likes in, guys. We can do it, it's free. You love it, it's free content on Manchester United, and we always involve everyone else in the chat. We've not had a chance to get people involved in the videos today because we've been out and about, here, there, leading everywhere. So let's get into what's actually going on now with Manchester United. Let me know what you think on all of the stories. If I haven't caught up with your comments from earlier on and the subjects that we've been talking about, please let me know. Get into the chats. Make sure that you get your points of view across on all of the topics and everything that we've been getting news-wise from United today. I want to start today with the update in midfield. Oh, actually, quickly on Lenny Yoro, it's what we're reading is work permits. Right now, let me just double check where we're at with it, everything. Lenny Yoro has to obtain his work permit among other final details. That's one quote. Lenny Yoro already signed Manchester United contract. However, there are still final steps to complete of the transfer, i.e. work permit again. Yeah, so that's pretty much what it is. Romano obviously tweeted it out earlier on. Everyone has been talking about it. Manchester United and Lenny Yoro, job done, deal in place and full medical finished. No worries, no issues, just work permit stuff, and then Yoro is in. On to midfield and what's happening with Manchester United midfield options, because everybody knows we are now changing our focus and switching it over to the midfield area. We know we're lacking there. We talked about Rabiot earlier on, twice in fact, in the early morning show and the midday show, and it's still dividing opinion on everything that's going on in that deal and why Rabiot does work, why Rabiot doesn't work. Some are saying yes, some are saying no. And I just feel like if it's free, then there's a chance, and Manchester United need numbers. The midfield situation may bring Rabiot into this simply because of the updates from PSG regarding João Neves and them now in full-on dialect and communication about a new contract for him and for him to join PSG. Benfica and PSG in communications on the fee, and that deal looks like it's moving forward and moving closer to João Neves moving forward. Disappointing for United, like we spoke earlier on. We could see Manchester United moving deals around, trying to get some quick deals over the line to maybe compete, because there was a rumour that Neves' price had dropped and Benfica were open to doing a different deal with that there. But yeah, Ugarte falls into United's hands with Neves going to PSG, obviously. So looking at that, it's not really the end of the world for Manchester United. It's more like it opens up another door for us in bringing Ugarte in and probably moving it along quickly, because obviously PSG wants to get the deal over the line. PSG want to actually get Ugarte gone, get the money in to pay for João Neves. Does that play into United's hands? I think Manchester United right now, if they are moving forward PSG with Neves, then they are going to be in a comfortable position to go to PSG and say, well, we're offering you this. If they're that desperate to move it along, then maybe United could go in with a cut price. Well, being careful, because obviously Manchester United have been stealing a march on other clubs, like we spoke about at the top of the show, like Liverpool fans moaning. Obviously, we've taken a player away from Real Madrid. We've taken a player away from AC Milan already. There are other clubs in for Manuel Ugarte. So we also have to take in that into everything and go, let's not leave it too long. Let's just make sure that the price is right. If it goes up a little bit, it's not the complete end of the world for Manchester United, but be aware that other clubs can do exactly what we've been doing to them. So it's going to be one of them tight run things, I think. We already know that Ugarte wants to come to Manchester United. The personal side of things is not even an issue right now for Ugarte. The personal side of things is more to do with, so the issue with Ugarte, sorry, is more to do with the price of PSG and agreeing everything there. So looking at it, that now is in a position where we can probably move forward at our own pace. Like I said, well, being aware of what's going on around us with other clubs as well. So yeah, let's let that one run its course as well. We've got an update on the Sancho CHIESA situation as well I want to talk about in a bit. But I also want to talk to you about Ivan Toney again. So there's news come out again, and it's come from the Sun, and it reads that Brentford are being forced into dropping the price for Ivan Toney. Now, we knew and we talked about Manchester United being fully interested in Brentford, and we know this story has got legs because of what's happened before. We've talked about it and we've said, look, Manchester United are interested in Ivan Toney, 100% interested in Ivan Toney. They'll only go a certain price. Arsenal, Chelsea and Spurs, all exactly the same. Clubs that all need strikers. And that's the issue with Manchester United on this one. If Ivan Toney is 28, he's going to want to play Champions League surely. Go out with a bang, go out, big last contract. He's on peanuts right now because he's still on the same contract that he had at Brentford in the Championship when they got promoted. He's been there that long. So 1 year left on that. He's on about 20 grand a week, which is ludicrous for a Premier League player of that quality. And obviously everyone is sniffing around thinking cheap wages, don't have to bid too much, we can make it look like we're giving him the world compared to what he was on. And now they've attacked Brentford because apparently no one has come in for Ivan Toney. There's not been one bid for Ivan Toney at the price that Brentford were thinking they could get. Yes, he's probably worth more, but we all know a player on the last year of his contract, Manchester United, all too well, because we're dealing with the same situation when it comes to players leaving the football club. So Manchester United right now are in a position that they know where Brentford are at as well, and they know that they can't move. Have we worded Toney up? Have we given him game time or promised him game time like we did with Yoro or anything like that? Personally, like I said, I like Toney. I think it's a good move for Manchester United. I think it gives us that experience up front and guaranteed goals. Premier League experience at that, which is a premium these days. So, yes, but honestly, I can only see Ivan Toney going to Spurs or Arsenal. I think that suits better for him. If United pull this one off, then there's nothing that they can't do. That's what I would say with this. It's the reason why I'm talking about it now, because it feels like Manchester United can go out and get anyone. It feels like we've actually got a plan behind the scenes. It feels like even if there's a deal that looks completely out of our reach, Ineos will do something and make it happen. That's the confidence it's giving Manchester United fans right now. So, yeah, let's look at it in a positive way that even if we don't get Toney, there's probably Manchester United being around and hanging around saying that we probably can make other teams nervous regarding this deal right now. Have I got a problem with my internet connection? Yeah, sorry about that, guys. If there are any issues with the stream, like I said, we're on the road completely today. I'm doing the best that I possibly can. I'm sorry if there's any Wi-Fi issues or anything like that. Apparently, I'm on Wi-Fi and everything's working, but it's not coming through okay. Just bear with me. It is the risk of trying to have a life while making content as well. You cannot leave your bleeding house without having issues. Honestly, it's crazy. But hey, we're trying our best, and I appreciate you all still being here. Hopefully the sound is good and you're all up to date with everything that I have been saying. So yeah, I'm hoping that's good for you guys at least, so you know what I'm saying. A super chat in from Sudan says, Ugarte plus Mainu over Neves plus Mainu thoughts. Say again, Ugarte plus Mainu over Neves plus Mainu thoughts. For me, again, obviously I'd love Neves in there, but I'm realistic. I don't think we're going to get him now. That's just my opinion on how everything is going right now with João Neves going to PSG. Like, talks are well and truly underway with them two. Let's just move past it and not even worry about it. We've got Ugarte that we need to get done. We've got Ugarte that needs to actually, that we need in because of the problems we've got in midfield, the lack of numbers. With Amrabat gone, like, people need to realise that Amrabat gone, an aging midfield, and we've also got talks now about Casemiro interest disappearing as well. And Casemiro, realistically, has to go for Manchester United to really invest into the midfield. We have to get rid of him if we want to bring anyone else in. Now, some people are saying, and we've spoken loads of times about this, and people are happy if Casemiro stays. I just feel like we're not going to get hardly anything for him next season if he doesn't go. But he is negotiating his wages, as we know, with Saudi teams. Sky Sports have reported that Casemiro has basically tried to negotiate his own contract. It's not worked out, and now interest has cooled. There is no real takers for Casemiro over in the Saudi Pro League at the moment. So that's where we're at with that situation. And if we don't sell him, then of course we have got a huge problem, because we need to recoup money in. Or is Casemiro not leaving a huge problem? Because we still got Casemiro and he can still do a job. He has contributed last season. Worst case scenario for Manchester United, we fix up all the defence, we sell a couple more players, some of the academy players that we've got to get rid of. Obviously we're looking to move on Victor Lindelof, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. That should be enough to get another defender over the line. And we've got Casemiro still for the next season. Will we bring Amrabat in? Will we go out for another midfielder still? It's difficult. It's very difficult. Right, how much can we get for Casemiro? How much of a dent does he make into bringing in someone like Ugarte? But there the noise is coming out right now. It's literally sell defenders to bring another defender in, sell midfielders to bring another midfielder in. Where the money comes from Toney, I do not know. Maybe, obviously, when we talked earlier on today, there were 5 players that Manchester United are looking to ship out to try and fund the next couple of signings, which, by all reports, are Matthijs de Ligt, who is stalled but on standby, and obviously Manuel Ugarte, who we've just been talking about. Ivan Toney, I talk about it because the headlines are there, and United are in the hunt. If there's a deal to be made, United will go for it. But we have to look at the situation where we're at right now with the midfield and defence, and look at that as the main priority for Manchester United. And honestly, I feel like if we can move on, like we said earlier on today, McTominay, Maguire, Victor Lindelof, Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Hannibal, and there's others that we can still get rid of on top of that as well, then we can reinvest that money back into getting a Matthijs de Ligt over the line at least. So yes, that's where we're at. That's where we're at with everyone in the outside of things. I think things will move forward. We haven't had a full-on update on Aaron Wan-Bissaka today, so maybe that will come tomorrow, and we'll cover that in the morning show. So let's see how we get, let's see what news we get on Wan-Bissaka overnight, and if there has been any developments on him going forward. So yeah, we'll just play that one by ear and see what happens with that. But honestly, I feel like Wan-Bissaka definitely, Victor Lindelof definitely. How much we can get for them, is that enough to bring in de Ligt? Because I think United are desperate to get de Ligt over the line. And then we've got the defence at least covered the same way that we had last season, but some would argue better players over than what we had in terms of an ageing Varane and obviously Willy Camboala, an academy graduate. And we can safely say that de Ligt and Yoro are better, and we have improved. We have to sell McTominay or Casemiro, I think, to get someone in midfield, and that's going to be the next big challenge and probably the next saga in terms of getting United over the line in bringing any more improvements through. Let's get into your comments actually, guys. I've not given you your chance yet. I know there's a few people that are a little bit unhappy with the quality. I do apologise, guys. Honestly, hotel Wi-Fi is letting me down tonight, and I'm trying my best, honestly, I swear, guys. Like, I do have to have a life as well and get out and about. We're launching TIFO tomorrow with the Watch Along platform, and I'm out in a hotel at the Hilton, and the Wi-Fi is crap. Like, can you believe it? I mean, this is what happens when you come to London. For God's sake, man, I thought they had the best of everything down here. No, they don't. Apologies wholeheartedly. You know, I'm bang on with my content normally. I have my setup perfect, and anyone who's got any issues with the stream, I said, it's not my fault, it's not your fault. So I do understand if you're not happy with it. It's just what it is, guys. I hate it. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to stuff like this, and inside it's doing my head in right now. But Kaz has told me to calm down. It's all right. People still love you and want to listen to what you're saying, because apparently the sound's okay. So yeah, let's move. Let's move forward to what's going on. Stephen says PSG won't buy Neves unless we buy Ugarte, so just buy Neves. No, I don't think that's the case, because they've got rid of Mbappe, and an instalment payment setup is easy for them to negotiate in, because let's not forget what Mbappe was on. He was on astronomical money at PSG, and it was one of the most ridiculous contracts ever. They can afford to buy. They can afford to buy João Neves, especially if it's a cut price. And Manchester United don't have that money right now. So PSG are, excuse me, negotiating with Benfica. We know this. All the reports from France and the European journalists are coming out with exactly the same thing, guys. That they are well down the line with negotiations right now, and it's going to happen for them. Romano has even come out and said that Neves has given the green light fully to PSG. That's where he wants to go. So personal side, club side, everything is moving forward. We have to accept it. So yeah, it's not like we can just go out and buy Neves, because we don't have anything in the coffers to go out and buy anyone that's significant off of that price anyway. United, I want to get Ugarte, de Ligt, Gutierrez, Ferdi Kadoglu, Simmons, Chiesa, Rabiot to United is the better for next seasons. Jesus, I'm sure you've come in chat before and said you want half the world as well in them. Yes, some of them players would be nice, yeah. Sound is loud and clear. Thank you, Jimmy. I'm glad that's okay. Stupid Wi-Fi. Let me just see. Casemiro needs help in there. He was hung out to dry last season with them tactics, says Boxing Straight Talk. Liam says Ugarte is a good Casemiro replacement, and Casemiro is a good replacement for Amrabat. Yeah, you could say that. If we sell McTominay and he does go, I'd like a bit of Ugarte and Casemiro in the same side. I think that would work. I do, in terms of covering each other. So, yeah, I mean, would we want another midfielder in there then? Can Collier come in, play the odd game here and there? We played Mainu pretty much all the way through for 30-odd games. Can we interchange in like the League Cup games, some of the later rounds of the Europa League? Instead of playing Kobe Mainu, Bruno Fernandes, could we not bring a Collier and a Mount in when the games have already won? It's simple, isn't it? Like what Boxing says there, in terms of protection for Casemiro and help, actually someone else coming in and letting him rest time to time instead of playing him every single game, that is also a big help in this. Eden Adam, we absolutely must go in for Ivan Toney. For me, is a complete no-brainer. I think Van Nistelrooy will want this to happen as well, given we played with young strikers coming through. Robert says something to Louise. Sorry, missed that one. Casemiro probably won't leave. Then does it make sense to just get Amrabat, considering the whole PSR thing? This is the problem that we've got. A lot of fans, with all of the positivity going on with the defence and what we've done with Yoro in getting everything done over the line, with a couple of deals now, and Xerxes included, if we don't end up bringing any midfielders in, are the fan base going to turn a little bit again? Are they going to go against what's actually happened, which has been very, very positive so far in this transfer window? I don't know. Manchester United are looking to do everything they possibly can, including selling some of the academy players to raise money. Some of them being Fish as well, the young academy centre-back. Other players like Palestri have got to come back. We can sell them. We talked about Hannibal Megri earlier on as well. There is an awful lot of interest in a lot of Manchester United players. Now, Will Fish, for instance, playing 45 games for Hibernian last season, is he not worth 5 to 10 million to someone? I mean, it's a fair price. He's 21. He played in the game against Rosenborg the other day, and he's an option for someone else as well. These little deals here and there do start to add up over time. So, we heard earlier on that McTominay's bid was rebuffed by Manchester United. I think there's been a couple, safe to say, turned away by Man United. Not enough money for Scott McTominay, or the bid wasn't big enough, basically. So United have walked away from them. 25 million may get it done. 30 million, I think, is borderline just about getting it done. 40 million is the mark for Scott McTominay. Again, I think it's simply because Ineos are in this summer first time. Manchester United have allowed these players to run their contracts down into the ground, and we're in the situation now where we cannot really drive a hard bargain for players because they've only got 1 year left on the contracts. It's like, okay, we'll wait it out another year and then we'll get him for free. It's like what Real Madrid were doing with Yoro. Anyone can do the same with Scott McTominay. We need a left back more than anything, especially more than a centre midfielder. That's from United Spotlight. Nick says Ugarte and ligt and versatile fullback, and that's a great transfer window. Rashford banned from driving. Yes, Rashford banned from driving for 6 months. Over 100 mile an hour on the M6 there. So 30 mile an hour over the speed limit, Marcus. Well, at least we know now he's not going to miss any training sessions or be late because he's now being chauffeured in by the football club. I wanted to quickly talk. I'm going to come back to your comments on all subjects as well, guys. So keep in the chat and keep hitting me up on there. I want to talk about Omar Berrada's part in the Lenny Yoro deal as well. Obviously, we all know that he's about to sign for Manchester United. The biggest coup in football is somewhat definitely, and what United have pulled off there, we've said that. We talked up Dan Ashworth's approach in this, but apparently Omar Berrada made it his own personal mission to start his Manchester United career off by getting this deal done. He took it upon himself to make this happen for Manchester United and do everything necessary. Just goes to show that maybe Mr Berrada was doing a little bit of work while he was trimming his hedges, doing his gardening leave as well, because you don't get deals like this done without doing your research and doing a bit of digging and doing a bit of work on the side. And obviously on gardening leave, you're not allowed to communicate with any other football club, depending on what's stipulated in that gardening leave and in your contract. But he's taken advantage of having a bit of time, and he's clearly got himself prepped and got United ready. I talked earlier on about George Mendes and their meetings back in April that they had, and now they were looking at him in his contact book, all the clients that he's got, the players, and the information that this man knows is endless. There's just an encyclopedia of footballers, agents, and everything going on in the world, and United have just tapped into it, completely researched everything. Like Lenny Yoro was the top target defender for Real Madrid, Manchester United, Liverpool and PSG this summer. We're not behind everyone else anymore. We're actually scouting the right players, and the fact that we have actually got this player over the line is just on another level of, let's just say, professionalism, know-how, just a little bit of dark arts, I'm sure, in there as well, in how you actually run a football club. They must have done some little snidey deals somewhere along the line to make this happen, or try to get to the bottom of this and convince Lenny Yoro, or even find out that he was even up for going anywhere else than Real Madrid. Just goes to show, doesn't it? And you can see why poor old Craig's been going off on one on Anfield Agenda. Everyone knows I know Craig quite well, and everyone knows his video's gone quite viral, bitching and moaning about FSG. And we've been there ourselves, haven't we, with the Glazers. And it just goes to show, now that we've got a structure in place and people who know football, them days are gone with Manchester United fans. Them days are no more for this football club. And that's the positive you take from this, more than even just signing Lenny Yoro. The fact that we're pissing other fans off because we're getting business done. We're taking players away from other clubs. Well, it doesn't matter who you are, Liverpool, PSG, Real Madrid, AC Milan, Arsenal were in for Xerxes as well. Every single club we've been up against have all been in the Champions League, being able to offer a player more, and United have gotten both over the line. That goes to show that it doesn't matter if the Glazers are actually in place, United can still operate at the highest level, and we are doing. And that's what everyone needs to take, and everyone needs to remember that before we start bitching about what share the Glazers are taking out of any profits that come or anything like that. By the way, Lenny Yoro, the famous 15 shirt, that's what he's going to be getting. So it looks like the shirts in terms of Xerxes and Lenny Yoro, 15 for Yoro. Xerxes is going to take Højlund's 11 and Højlund's going to take 9. I think we've made that. I think that's been made clear this week from the Xerxes interview. Everything is done with Yoro, including his shirt, contract. Like we said at the top of the show, he is going to be dealing with work permit stuff, and then bang, Signed on dotted line. Oh, he's actually signed it already. Sorry, Romano said he signed it. It's more than a here we go. It's get your feet up, son, and get ready for that call. You're going to be in training soon as that work permit is cleared. And we have got a new player in. Like, the story's coming out and the reports are that Manchester United wanted 2 definite first choice targets in before the pre-season started, as in the tour, like going to America. Job done. First job done. Now the priority is getting players out and then moving on to the other targets. They've done their research, they've done their homework, they've done the tapping up, whatever you want to say for the players that we want, got them hooks and on the line, and then when we get the money in, we're ready to pounce and we're done. It moves quickly. It's just like Yoro, a week from getting the bid accepted, he's through the door. And that was a complicated deal with a player that wanted to go to Madrid. So right now, if we come up with a deal, apparently with Matthias de Ligt now, the agreement was there with Manchester United in terms of instalments with Bayern Munich, but there's more reports now saying there's actually still a gap between the valuation. So Manchester United don't want to go above 38 million for de Ligt, and Bayern Munich want 42 million. Again, like, we were told that it was all sealed, and still being told it is sealed, but if there is a gap, I'm actually really happy about that, because that's, again, United know the player wants to come. United know that Bayern Munich want to bring another defender in, and de Ligt wants to come to United and leave Bayern Munich, he's already told them. So United are in the power seat right now with that one. And they've just, like I said, they've got the player on hold. The player's there waiting for Manchester United to make the move. He's been told by the club, and I think United are confident we can get rid of enough players to at least bring de Ligt in. A question I want to ask the chat right now is, like, just go, right, Yoro's in, Xerxes in, the position that has to be, and think about everything with this right now, with everyone who's still at the football club, no one else has been sold. If you have to bring in one player now, after everything that's happened up to this date, forget about what's nearly over, like, count in the players that have left in Mason Greenwood, in Willy Cambuala, in Alvaro Fernandez, and players that have come in Lenny Yoro and Joshua Xerxes, and tell me in the chat, what is the position that Manchester United need to go out and buy? What is the priority position right now for Manchester United? Who needs to come in? I want to know in the chat, because there's people saying left back, right back, another forward, 2 central midfielders. If you're only going to bring one player in right now, what position would that be? What would it be? What?
Centre midfield.
You're saying centre midfield. Kaz's saying centre midfield. She's in with hers, guys. Do you agree? Have we got enough defenders? This is what I'm testing you with right now. Are you happy that, yes, Yoro's in, but are we getting carried away with an 18-year-old coming in who is the next talented centre-back in the world of football? We know this, but we've got rid of 2 and we only brought 1 in. So what is more important? We've got, so what have we lost? We've lost 2 centre-backs, we've brought 1 in, we've lost 1 centre-forward in Martial, we brought 1 in, we've lost 1 central midfielder, because you have to count Amrabat, and we brought none in. Is it centre midfield, and are you happy if Manchester United go into the season with the defenders that we've got at this football club now? Like, we're all buzzing right now and really excited that we've improved 2 players that have left the football club, but really we need more on top of that. If we're going to be challenging, everybody knows you can't just replace 2 players that have left. You need to get better players in on top of that. I feel like right now, Manchester United, where we're at, we are 5th, 4th in the league with the squad that we've got. That's honestly, with no injuries, that's my opinion right now. If we just had Yoro and we just had Xerxes going into the season with a fit squad, I think we can make top 4, but I think we're borderline 4th or 5th. 2 more signings, Manchester United move, I feel, into a 3rd, 2nd. And that seems crazy for me to say that. But that's with me going off what happened 2 seasons ago and finishing 3rd, knowing who we can beat, knowing we've beat Liverpool last season in our worst season ever, knowing that we've done a double over Aston Villa, knowing we've beat Manchester City and earned victories against Liverpool and Manchester City. We know what this team can do, and with a fully fit Manchester United squad and better players in from the ones that we've lost, we are definitely in a position where we can compete, I think, at least 3rd, 2nd. We cannot challenge next season for the title. I'm not even going to go there because it's not even worth debating. We're not good enough right now, but we can bring in 2 more players, I feel, having another centre-back and a centre midfielder, then you're talking. Let's get into the chat and see what everyone's saying on that comment right there. CDM, then the ligt says KD, we need Rodri. We need a Rodri, says Ray. Oh, Rodri type, we're never going to get him, obviously. CDM, 100% needed, but if Maguire or Lindelof go, we need another plus fullbacks if Aaron Wan-Bissaka goes. Crazy to think, like someone's saying left back there, CDM, bring in the Turkish lad who can play all those positions. He'll get plenty of game time. Versatile Kodoglu. We talked a lot about him on this channel. I think we're one of the first to actually go into detail what he actually brings and like why Manchester United are in for him. Versatility, I hate because it means that they're used as make weights. I always see it as a round peg in square holes. And I know I've already said, look, Lenny Yoro can play right back and centre back, so we're covering that area. I know I've said that. I still want another right back. I still think we need another left back. I think we need 2 central midfielders and another 2 centre backs. I am realistic in my targets, and what I hope and what I think we need is that we can't get it done all in one summer window. And this is why I brought up in this, I think it was yesterday, it might have even been this morning, like, don't count out the January transfer window and Manchester United doing business again then. Because there is always a chance that United will go back in the window if someone else is available that we really need. It all depends on how the finances are looking. Honestly, I think Manchester United are going to get rid of another 6 players. If you ask me right now, I think we will move on 6 more players that you could count as borderline first team and first team. I think we will get rid of Casemiro. I think he will go. I think Lindelof will go. Wan-Bissaka will go. I think Hannibal will go. Pellistri will go. And then, I'm sort of like tinkering on the edge with Scott McTominay. I think that's what's happening. What's that update on Mason Greenwood? Yeah, there's official from Manchester United announcement just come through now that Mason Greenwood is officially a Marseille player. There's pictures of him with the Marseille president signing his contract, and Manchester United have actually announced it as well. Andy Mitter, Mason Greenwood has joined Olympique Marseille on a permanent transfer. 27 million plus sizable share of sell-on and bonuses as well. Greenwood has signed. Manchester United have announced it as well. Yep. Samuel Luckhurst of the MEN. That deal is all official, guys. Manchester United do have money in the bank. Now, we added it up earlier on. We have got rid of quite a bit of players this summer. We've saved a massive chunk off the wage bill, and we've got a little bit of money in. But by the way, guys, I can't even remember if I said it this morning. I was talking about Greenwood in the morning, but Mason Greenwood is a record sale for Manchester United post Sir Alex Ferguson. That's the most money Manchester United have made on a player after Sir Alex Ferguson. Absolutely crazy, isn't it? And that just goes to show how crap the recruitment was, not having a director of football, not having anyone who knows anything about football at the football club. That goes to show exactly where we're at with what we was and what we're at now, where we're at now, sorry. But yeah, Mason Greenwood is official. We'll probably get news tonight that Lenny Yoro is also officially a Manchester United player, possibly even tomorrow, waiting on work permits, cover on that. And yeah, that pretty much is everything up to date. United waiting on Toney. They need to sell a lot of players before Toney can come in now. If an opportunity comes around, then United will be in for him. United need midfielders. Ugarte is on the hook. The ligt is on the hook as the other defender. United are showing willing and trying to push out Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire alongside Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Hannibal Megre, and if Fulham come in with the right bid, they will sell Scott McTominay, and that will fund 2 more players coming in. That basically covers everything that's happened today, guys. I'm going to finish the video there. It's a little bit shorter than the normal video. I do apologise. I know the Wi-Fi isn't great. Massive appreciation for you all for sticking in there with that as well. It just goes to show that everybody is loving the content. I'm loving your input into it as well. Absolutely knackered from all the travelling around today as well. It just really annoyed me that the actual stream that I was able to sit down and organise properly, has kind of slapped me back in the face with crap Wi-Fi at the pissing Hilton, for God's sake. God, skimping. Anyway, guys, please give the video a like. We're well over 300 live likes, and for a show like this, that's absolutely mental. Massively appreciate it. I did ask you for 700, so get liking the video once the live is finished. Make sure you subscribe to Forever United TV. We are less than 800, I think. Is it? Maybe, actually, yeah, I think we're less than 800. They're about 800 away from 50,000 subscribers, guys. What an effort you guys have made in backing the channel, in pushing it out, giving the likes, sharing the videos, putting your comments in, get involved. Like, get involved in the chat right now, guys. If you had a point to say and you couldn't handle it because of the crap Wi-Fi, get into the comments now when the video finishes. I'm going to try and get back to as many of them comments as I possibly can. And again, I appreciate you all hanging on in there. But that is it, guys. Thank you so much. Mega effort from you. I'm knackered, need some rest, and I'll see you all bright and early for the 8 o'clock show. That will be live, and I'm hoping that I would have ironed out any sort of crap issues with any shit Wi-Fi by then. But yeah, guys, cheers for tuning in. That's me finished. Have a good night, and we'll cover everything, like I said, in the morning show in the morning. Night.